thanks so much for being here. What a great crowd. I'm so happy to see you all here. And just because I want to thank Phil for nominating me, I also want to thank the Churchill Wildwood Executive that has supported me so much over the nomination period. And, you know, just in particular, I want to just thank my family who's here. I got my, as noted, with my wife, Carolyn, and my kids, Gabriel and Anne. And Gabriel and Anne were the ones who made the Rice Krispies squares. So maybe give them a Thank you very much. And I do want to actually just recognize, in terms of my family being here, I actually have my Aunt Marie who's here, who's from Saskatoon. My parents from Regina have come, Jim and Rosella. And actually all the way from Quebec, my in-laws, Jean-Louis and Lynn, have came from Victoriaville in Quebec. So let's welcome them. So as you can tell, family is very important to me. And family is definitely important as well to the people of Churchill Wildwood. And my team and I have already knocked on, we just counted up, 1,503 doors already have been knocked on in Churchill Wildwood. And what we have heard very clearly as we've knocked on those doors is that families in Churchill Wildwood, they're fed up with the Saskatchewan Party and they think it's time for a change. So it's time for a change. Why? Well, you know, we've seen a lot of cutting to education. The K-12 system, the university system where I work, my own class size has ballooned. In the last year of the NDP government, my first year class was about 50 students. Now it's ballooned up to 120 students. The same thing at the K-12 level. We've seen increases in class sizes. We've seen a lack of EAs. And these are the cuts that are hurting families. And this is really something that families want in Churchill Wildwood, a good quality education system for everybody. Yeah. And you know, another place where I've been walking around and hearing lots of concern about is in the healthcare system. We've seen cut after cut after cut in the healthcare system. We've seen an underinvestment or very little investment in important things like seniors care, in important things like mental health. And I think that the people in Churchill Wildwood think it's time for a change and think it's time for a government, an NDP government, that's going to invest in childcare and stop the cuts to health and education. So what I've noticed too, going and knocking on the doors, is that we have a very diverse riding. And just like families are diverse and our province is diverse, definitely our riding here is quite diverse in Saskatoon, Churchill, Wildwood. And what we really need, I think, is a government that is dedicated to genuine equality between men and women, some true reconciliation between settlers and Indigenous people, making sure that our newcomer communities are feeling welcome and included, and having fair treatment and rights for the LGBTQ+ community and for people with disability. A government that respects diversity is what we need in Regina, and that's not what we have right now. So I've always thought that a core principle for any family would be that you want to leave the world better for your children than how you found it. Yeah, thanks. There you go. Yeah, children, there you go. Right on. So, you know, but I have to admit, to be really serious here, I think as a province we're actually failing at that. I don't think that we are actually leaving our province better than when we found it. And particularly I'm talking about the crisis in climate change and greenhouse gas emissions. Absolutely. You know, we are a leader in something you never want to be a leader in. We are a leader in per capita greenhouse gas emissions here in Saskatchewan, and it's a shame that we have that place in the country. And just to brag about my kids for a real brief moment, I like to brag about my kids, as you all know. But my daughter Anne, she, you know, we've been talking a lot about climate change, talking a lot about the environment. Around the kitchen table. So without sort of telling anybody, she decided to go to her school one day and start what she called the Green Club. She got some of her friends together. She somehow became the president. There was a vote or whatever, but she became the president. president of it. And so her and her friends went about, with help of some of her teachers, making a plan to help the environment at her school. So they did things like wearing green for Earth Day. They did things like giving a prize to the classroom that had the least garbage over noon hour, clean up the schoolyard. And I was very, I thought about it tomorrow, and I was very obviously, proud of my daughter and like that. But it got me thinking a little bit, right? If a group of 9-year-olds at my daughter's school can figure out that you need a plan in order to combat climate change, you need a plan in order to help the environment, why can't Premier Scott Moe? And I've been disappointed, and I know Ryan and the team in the legislature have pointed this out, I've been disappointed with the way Scott Moe has been evasive on climate change, right? He's delaying action, sticking his head in the sand, using some arcane arguments around the divisions of power to shirk our responsibility of our province to reduce climate change and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And I think that the families here in Churchill Wildwood, they want to take care of their children. And they want to make sure that they leave their world better than they found it, and their children can grow up on a healthy planet. And I think they're ready for a government that is going to do action on climate change right now. And I also think, it's time for the change, because the more I think about it, it doesn't appear that the Saskatchewan Party is really listening to families, right? But who they are listening to is big corporations. And we know why. Because what the Saskatchewan Party has done is to put a big for sale sign on Saskatchewan democracy. They are taking, under Wall and now under Moe still, they are taking millions and millions and millions of dollars from these large corporations, many of whom are not even in Saskatchewan. And when they take that money from those corporations are expecting something in exchange. They're expecting lower taxes, they're expecting the types of policies that aren't going to help Saskatchewan families and families here in Churchill Wildwood, the types of policies that might help corporations but not help the people of our riding. So, when it comes to taking big money out of politics, if Lisa Lambert and the Saskatchewan Party isn't going to do it, well, you know what? Ryan and the NDP are going to do it. So like Phil mentioned, I mentioned Lisa who, right? I mentioned Lisa Lambert, right? So I've been knocking on a lot of doors. Lisa Lambert is the incumbent Sask Party MLA for this riding. And I don't know how many doors I went to where they asked me, are you the MLA? Who's the MLA? I've never even seen her. Who is she? Who is he? They don't have any idea who she is. It's like she's in some kind of witness protection program. Impossible to find. So, and that's not what we need here in Churchill Wildwood. We don't need an MLA who's some sort of backbencher, an MLA that's rarely heard, rarely seen. We need a strong voice for the people of this riding. We need a voice that's going to push for change. We need an NDP MLA for Saskatoon Churchill Wildwood. We need an NDP government, and we need Ryan Mai to be the next Premier of Saskatchewan. So I can all see that you agree with me that it's time for a change. Now the question is, what can you do to help make that change? And you know what? We're gonna run a very, very, very comprehensive and hard campaign here in this riding, and there's lots of ways that you can help me and help the NDP make that change. So there's about 4 pillars to our campaign, right? Think about maybe there's 4 legs of a table. The first pillar definitely is going to be social media outreach. So if you haven't already, right, go ahead and don't be shy. Take out your phones, take some pictures, take pictures of me talking, take some pictures of Ryan talking. And feel very free, at our events here in Churchill Wildwood to go ahead and post about them and talk about them on your Facebook. Because what's going to happen is that if you're posting on them and you're liking the stuff that I'm posting and liking what the rest of us are posting, that gets what we call organic reach. And the more that gets out, there'll be some people that are maybe undecided voters and your friends, they're going to say, wow, there's something going on in Churchill Wildwood. right? The NDP has something going on. The NDP has momentum. So for you to go and post and get active on positive social media, every time you do that, that really helps us out. And if indeed that's something that you're really, really interested in, maybe you're big in social media, is something that you really enjoy, Nadia, where's Nadia? There's Nadia right there. Nadia is going to have a sheet. You can go see her afterwards, and you can actually sign up to be part of our social media outreach team. We're going to have a team of social media outreach. Nadia will help to sign you up for that, and it's a very important part of our campaign. So that's sort of the first pillar of the campaign, is a good social media outreach campaign. The second pillar of the campaign is going to be events, right? We're having one event today, and as you can see, and we're going to have a variety of events going forward. Some with sort of like, serious policy discussion, but a lot just to get to know each other, right? As Ed Broadbent said, we're going to put the party back in New Democratic Party. That's Ed. That's not me. And so on your shares there, you'll see our first event. Do you want to just hand me the thing, Chuck, there? Yeah. So you'll see the first event here. So on June 26th at Amigos, David Forbes and myself, David Forbes is a longtime MLA. He's going to be joining us for some drinks. We're calling it Drinks with Dave and Dave Forbes and Dave McGrain. So I want to invite you all out on June 26th to come out, enjoy some drinks with us, some conversation with Dave about his extraordinary 18-year career in politics. He's retiring this year. So that's another way you can get involved, is in terms of event organizing. And once again, Nadia has a sheet for people that want to sign up with events organizing in order to help us to organize these events. So please try to make it out on the 26th, and please, if you have time to help organize events in the future or on the 26th, you need that kind of help. Evidently, and I know Kathy's going to get to this in a second, Kathy Spruill, the MLA for Nutana, but we do need some money. As I mentioned, the Sask Party has a very generously donated to in Churchill Wildwood by corporations, and we don't get fueled by corporations, we get fueled by people like you. So please, when Kathy comes up to do the financial appeal, please try to be as generous as possible. Also, if you want to do some fundraising, you can definitely do that as well. We have a sign-up sheet again with Nadia for the fundraising. Nadia will be the person you can talk to get signed up. So again, once again, the fundraising, we're doing things like calling members who don't have to be here to get some small donations from them. Calling people that are really enthusiastic sports at the doorstep to get some donations from them. So we need people to call, volunteer to call through our membership list or our list of these enthusiastic supporters, but also maybe go pick up checks and that kind of stuff. So definitely, when it comes to fundraising, that's something that we need help with. And finally, and in some ways I think most importantly, canvassing. Going door to door. I think that, and again, I'll maybe just talk about Kathy here. Kathy Spruill is a great person. I love Kathy Spruill. I love to talk to Kathy Spruill.
I love you too.
Thanks very much. But I'll tell you one thing. Talking to Kathy is not going to make me the next MLA of Saskatoon Churchill Wildwood, right? I got her support in her. So the only way that you can win this riding back for the NDP is getting on the doorstep, talking to people. And talking to voters. It's those voters that are going to decide who the next MLA of Saskatoon Churchill Wildwood is. So please, I already have my canvassing schedule set for June, and again, Nadia has it there, right? So I already have my canvassing schedule set for June, so please, you can find a night, a couple hours, something like that, to come on the doorstep with me. That'd be so appreciated, and it would really help us out in order to win back this riding. So, thanks, yeah, I've been talking to canvassing, that's it. So, just to end off here, Saskatoon Churchill Wildwood is a swing riding. If we win this riding, we are on our way to being in government, if not in government. Unfortunately, if we lose this riding, this next election might not look that different from the last couple of elections. So that's why I'm asking you to help me, in order to win this riding, to help me and help our team win this riding, bring it back for the NDP, make sure we have a strong NDP MLA in this area, make sure that we have a government that is a new Democratic Party government, and make sure that Ryan Miley is the next Premier of Saskatchewan. Thank you so much. We can bring it together.